Tonight we discuss who's giving the commencement speech for the Auburn Spring graduates, and is artificial intelligence really safe?
Later on in the segment, we get an update on the aftermath of the Nashville shooting, a senator that brings attention to the debt ceiling.
Lastly, Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler star in the new movie Murder Mystery. All of that and more coming up. Good evening, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Joe Champagne.
And I'm Kensley Davis.
It's almost time for the end of the semester, and the remarks will be announced to 5,000 graduate students by two Auburn alums. Rowdy Gaines and Paula Marino are addressing the graduates on May 5th and 6th in Neville Arena. Rowdy Gaines is a three-time Olympic gold medalist, and Paula Marino is the Southern Company's senior vice president. President Roberts exclaimed his excitement for the commencement speech, stating that Rowdy Gaines and Paula Marino epitomize qualities we strive to foster in our graduates through their lifelong commitment to hard work and selfless service.
Are you looking for new outfits to slay in? The fashion event at Auburn University will be showcasing iconic looks at a live runway show. Last year, this event included mounted exhibits, e-portfolios, visual merchandising, and interior design projects. Although expect the unexpected in the best way possible for this year of 2023's fashion event, the College of Human Sciences, Apparel, Design, and Merchandising students will host the event this year at the Beard Eves Memorial Coliseum on Friday, April 14th. This will be AMDA's 12th annual fashion event and is considered one of the top college-level productions in the country. To purchase your tickets, visit aub.ie/fashion event.
Ambition, drive, and rock and roll vision helped two Auburn graduates build a global outdoor lifestyle brand. The spring issue of Auburn Magazine features a cover story about Auburn alumni Corey and Magda Cooper, a couple that has built a company with more than 70 domestic employees, 350 products, and $100 million in annual sales. For the past 13 years, they've spent every waking moment building Boat, a global water lifestyle brand that mixes the couple's rebel spirit with a relentless pursuit of quality and awesome design. What started in a storage unit below a mellow mushroom in Destin, Florida, has become a company with more than 70 domestic employees, 350 products, and $100 million in annual sales.
Now, if you have all watched the movie Megan, you know how artificial intelligence can possibly take a turn for the worst. A part of this is why artificial intelligence experts weighs in on the rise of chatbots. Could a chatbot become your friend? What if a chatbot extended what could be perceived as intimate feelings for another? Could chatbots be used if maliciously pose a threat to society? Auburn's very own Sontu car maker and assistant professor in computer science and software engineering took a deep dive into the subject. Professor Sontu says that it's important to know that it's artificial intelligence, not natural intelligence, at least yet. Whether chatbot becomes a social concern depends on how we deal with technology as a society. Sontu's biggest hope for AI is that it will help humans process large amounts of information.
Involvement Ambassador President Bailey Blake is updating us on ways to get more involved on campus. Take a look.
Where you go, guys? My name is Bailey Blake and I'm here with your involvement update. UPC has lots of events planned this week. On Monday, March 27th, they're having a crafts and cheese event on Cater Lawn at 4 p.m. They're also hosting a spring fair on Friday, March 31st from 7 to 10 on the campus green. And then on Saturday, April 1st, they're having an esports tournament in the Melton Student Center ballroom and game room. The game room on the first floor of the Melton Student Center has also officially opened, so be sure to stop by and see all the new and exciting improvements. BBAMA Food Drive kicks off the SEC Food Fight on Friday. Be sure to check out social media to see how you can help food insecurity in our community. They're also hosting a pickleball tournament to help kick off the food fight on Saturday at 4 p.m. at the new rec pickleball courts. ISO is hosting their social hour every Friday at 4 p.m. in the Melton Student Center third floor lobby. Be sure to check it out, meet some new friends, and enjoy some delicious food. My last update I have for today is to be sure to check out organization days on Haley Concourse every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to stay up to date on ways you can get involved Involved throughout the semester. And just as a reminder, AU Involved has information about everything going on around campus, so I encourage y'all to check that out for more involvement opportunities. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to an involvement ambassador at involve@auburn.edu. Thanks guys, and War Eagle.
Coming up, a weather update by our very own John Carter and a Tiger Transit that's being reconstructed. Thank you. You're tuning in to Eagle Eye News at 6.
As you can see, this upcoming week is going to have a bit of rain, which shouldn't be too surprising given that it is early spring. Now, while it's too early to guarantee, some of these more overcast days are looking like they might shape up to also be somewhat rainy, but again, it's too early to tell. Now, we might see some sunny days throughout next week, particularly on Friday and Sunday, but if you're trying to make plans, I wouldn't count on that too much. And of course, with the rain comes the humidity that follows. As far as temperatures go, you should accept high 70s to mid 80s at peak times, save for Sunday and Monday, which we're going to see a drop of about 10 degrees. That's all I've got for this week, and War Eagle.
Thank you, John, for that weather update. What great weather for some pickleball weather. Auburn University will face off against fellow Southeastern Conference universities for the 3rd annual SEC Food Fight, kicking off with a pickleball tournament on Saturday. The Beat Bama Food Drive team is coordinating the effort, which raises funds, food and hygiene items, and awareness of food insecurity on college campuses. All donations will benefit the campus food pantry and represent Auburn in the friendly competition against SEC rivals. Some of the upcoming SEC Food Fight upcoming events are the Pickleball Tournament on April 1st, the Dunk Tank on April 4th, and the Pie a President on April 13th. For more information, follow @BeatBama Food Drive on Instagram.
Auburn University's Theater and Dance will continue its 2022-23 season in dance with Edges, a musical by Ben Pasak and Justin Paul. Edges is a musical, a series of songs cohering around a theme instead of being connected by a story or a spoken narrative. Opening night will take place on March 30th at 7:30 p.m. in the Telfar Pete Theater. This musical was written by notable lyricists who are known for Dear Evan, The Greatest Showman, and La La Land. Edges explores young people on the edge of adulthood. The runtime is approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes. Go purchase your tickets now at the Department of Theater and Dance's ticket page.
Could you ever imagine the Tiger Transit bus changing into something else, like a party bus, a tour bus, or even a prop for a museum? Last year, the JULE Collins Smith Museum of Fine Arts acquired 2 decommissioned Tiger Transit buses for its 2021 Tiger Giving Day project, Museum in Motion. You may be wondering, what are these buses' purpose? Well, these buses were bought with donated funds to showcase art to underprivileged communities. Now, the project's that's not done yet, because the next step includes refurbishing the inside to allow for safe transportation and artwork. If you wish to stay updated on Museum in Motion, you can follow the museum on Instagram or Facebook.
SGA Vice President Julianne Lozano announces the Senate recap for this week. Over to you, Julianne.
Hi everyone, my name is Julianne Lozano and I serve as the SGA Vice President. This week at Senate, legislation was presented on the floor to confirm the Senate committee chair heads and the SGA's Assistant Vice President positions within Cabinet. These positions are more commonly known as the AVPs. They serve directly under the executive team and handle projects from athletics to feedback and assessment to marketing. The people appointed into this position attended Senate and got to converse with their Senate counterparts before the conclusion of the meeting. War Eagle, and we'll see y'all next week with the Senate recap.
When we come back, reporter Jakai Spikes gives us an exclusive look into the startup event and the Center of National calls to action after the devastating school shooting. All of that and more coming up. You're watching Eagle Eye TV at 6. Now let's turn to reporter Jakai Spikes, who covered the Louder Center startup event at Horton Hardgrave Hall.
Learn all about students pitch their best business ideas in front of a panel of judges. Take a look.
From the evening of March 24th through the 26th, the Louder Center for Family Business and Entrepreneurship is hosting Startup Week in Auburn for students and local innovators to advance their entrepreneurial skills. Startup Weekend is a collaborative event where participants will be placed into teams and have 54 hours to work together to create a new business idea, developing a work demo or prototype, and present to a panel of judges. Here are all the students listening to the directions. Now, before the panel starts, the audience has to follow these pitch rules.
This is a chance for you to build a business over one weekend. There's been many successful companies that have started about this, so if you're interested in entrepreneurship, you've got an idea, this is a chance to turn it into reality.
This event is an ideal opportunity for individuals who want to meet mentors, industry experts, and potential co-founders that can help bring business ideas to life.
It's really, you don't have to have any background in business at all. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you just want to learn, you can come, and if you have an idea and you're in the incubator stage, you can also come. So you don't really have to have any kind of background in anything. So if you want to learn, if you want to start a business, anybody can come out and just come and benefit from it any way that you need to.
So I'm in charge of the social media for our client entrepreneurs at Auburn. We plan so many things to design graphic for the flyers, and I'm mostly in charge of the social media contents to promoting the events that entrepreneur at Auburn. So I'm communicating with the Joshua, who is the director, and also the officer member kind of help to put in more creative ideas for the social media content to promoting.
Participants will also receive a swag bag and some more prizes. This is reporter Jakai Spikes, Eagle Eye TV.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries demands action in Congress. He believes schools are not supposed to be killing fields and so much more. Take a look.
It's that simple. The American people are demanding action. People of this country are demanding action. Our classrooms have become killing fields. Is that acceptable in America? Is that how we want to raise our children? No, we should be putting kids over guns and act with the fierce urgency of now. And my Republican colleagues need to step forward or step out of the way.
Moment of silence are not enough. Senator Steny Hoyer states as he speaks out about gun control in the wake of the deadly shooting in Tennessee.
It is intolerable, unacceptable, and the American people need to be angry. This happens in the United States and hardly any other country in the world. We need to do away with these weapons and these magazines that allow this carnage to occur. It is sad that a member of Congress from the state that was adversely affected by this particular event and the people whose tragedy occurred said, we're not going to fix it. There ought to be action. Moments of silence are not enough. Are they appropriate? Yes, to mourn those we've lost, but they are not enough to stop it, and that's what we need to do.
Senator Manchin in a Wall Street Journal op-ed says President Biden should focus on the debt limit.
Manchin calls on Biden to negotiate in the following video.
Senator,
Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia wants action on the U.S. debt limit. In an op-ed published by the Wall Street Journal Wednesday night, Manchin wrote that the Biden administration is, quote, determined to pursue an ideological agenda rather than confront the clear and present danger that debts and deficits pose to our nation.
If we could get our revenue growth to match our spending growth, then we'd be in a good spot. But right now we're 2 to 3 times that.
The White House says President Biden has laid out plans to get the U.S. back on its feet financially.
He's put forth a budget for the next fiscal year that laid out how he was going to cut the deficit by $3 trillion over 10 years. And that is showing responsibility, that's showing fiscal responsibility.
And the administration is pointing a finger of blame at the GOP for not responding in kind.
We have not seen anything from House Republicans. What we have seen and heard are excuses after excuses after excuses.
House Republicans are considering holding off on their budget proposals until after the debt ceiling talks are further along, according to a source familiar with the discussions.
the person who's dragging their feet, or in my view, not even moving their feet, is the president.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Swimmers in Hawaii aggressively pursue a pod of protected spinner dolphins.
And the story of two teens who failed to attempt to hijack a car. Later on, meet Trinity, a 7-million-year-old dino.
Reporter Patrick Connell has more.
A large group of swimmers in hot water for swarming a pod of protected spinner dolphins. Hawaii's Department of Land and Natural Resources released this video showing 33 people, quote, aggressively pursuing and harassing the animals. Under federal law, it's illegal to swim within 50 yards of the mammals to keep tourists from disrupting the nocturnal dolphins who rest during the daytime. Conservation officers met with the potential perpetrators back on land, and the case is under review. Police in Maryland say a manual mistake landed 2 teens behind bars. Cops claim the 2 teens carjacked a man at a gas station, but they couldn't get away because the car had a stick shift. After a few moments of failing to figure out the tricky transmission, the duo dashed away on foot, only to be arrested minutes later. And finally, this rare T-Rex skeleton is about to go on sale. The 67-million-year-old dino, named Trinity, is 38 feet in length and nearly 13 feet tall. And just look at those teeth. Its bones originally discovered in Montana and Wyoming. It's a rarity due to its well-preserved skull. The full figure now on display in Switzerland ahead of its April auction, and Trinity could be yours for a hefty price. Kohler International Auction says this spectacular specimen could fetch between $5 million and nearly $9 million. For Take a Look at This, I'm Patrick Cornell.
Up next, we find out what national day it is.
And the murder mystery trailer starring Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler is out now.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Eagle Eye TV.
This is the day where I start to really act like a kid. You know why? It's National Crayon Day.
That's right. Dust off your crayons for National Crayon Day. Joe, are you a marker or a crayon person?
I'm a very clean person, so I'm going to have to go with crayon. What about you?
I would have to agree with you. I'm a crayon person.
Well, Kensley, do you know who has a better chemistry than me and you?
Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston?
You got it. That's right. But don't tell Drew Barrymore that, because their back has bumbling detectives on globe-trotting murder mystery.
Will they solve it? Take a look.
Bonjour. Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston are back on the case in Murder Mystery 2.
Do you remember what happened last time we went on a getaway?
Yeah, some people died.
Not a lot of people.
You'd think 5 people dying is a lot.
Okay.
The private detective duo finds themselves on a case that leads them to Paris.
We lucked out. I mean, we were also dealing with a pandemic, so it wasn't like we could go crazy in the streets, but you're still in some beautiful places.
Got to say, some pretty good room service there.
Pretty beautiful, yes.
Yeah.
And great streets, beautiful streets.
Great
Walking the
streets.
streets of Paris.
This guy used to be a soccer player. He headbutted some dude one time and put him into a coma.
Yeah, I know. I hit him so hard, he lost his ability to blink.
You know, it's a comedy, and you need suspects, and you need the suspect that is the womanizer, ex-football player.
That's quite the plate. Do they not have food where you come from? Working with two absolute legends who were kind and collaborative and built a really amazing, fun set around them, and it was just, I had a really good time doing this and playing this character that was so delicious to play.
The Maharaj has been kidnapped, and all of you are suspects.
We're not going to be invited anywhere ever again.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Meet Layla. This girl is so ready to win over your heart and make you fall in love. This sweet girl came to us as a puppy. She loves everyone and is very eager to learn new tricks to show off.
Layla is a 1-year-old spayed, vaccinated, and microchipped puppy. She is heartworm negative, and her adoption fee is $10. Apply online for her today. Well, we're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeye.auburn.com. Stay tuned for Monday and Thursday news shows at 6, along with our sports news show on Wednesday nights, also at 6. I'm Joe Champagne.
And I'm Kensley Davis. Make sure to check out our social media pages. Thank you for watching. War Eagle.